Yeah, hello everyone. Warm welcome. It's a pleasure for me to introduce the new release page for our upcoming release, StableNet 24. As always, you can find this page in the hamburger menu here when looking at the different releases. There is a jumping point to jump to this release. And it's definitely also worthwhile considering still jumping to the previous release pages because these release pages keep being updated over the year. And we are, for instance, adding all links to Snapshot webinars that we are giving about different topics covering the release or linking other documents we publish. We are linking tutorial videos as well. So please don't just have a look at this page one time, but keep visiting it. It's for sure worth it. So the page in general is structured in a way that on the top you have a table of contents with bookmark links to the different sections, having new modules, module enhancements, a complete point about the StableNet portal here, which is definitely still a large topic and will be for the next years, something about the infrastructure in the backend as well, and about device and vendor support. And besides that, this year on the page, we also have two new bookmarks here. The one regarding a new solution suite that we are adding to StableNet with release 24, and another one for the StableNet Innovation Lab, which we started throughout 23 and which is now moving forward quickly. And we have a lot of things going on there as well. In this presentation today, I will focus mainly on the StableNet product itself, so from new modules to device and vendor support, and just quickly link to the other things, but there will be upcoming content in other videos to see this as well. So just really quick, we have new in our portfolio solution suite, StableNet for Business Intelligence, StableNet Business Intelligence suite. And this one is an additional product direction where we are adding capabilities for looking into different things around the topic of business intelligence. And maybe this is all I'm going to say in this video here because there is more content coming up with this. But this is definitely also something interesting to look at, and that's coming up now. Then jumping into the new modules right away, you also have large parts of the additional product around business intelligence. From the functionality, you also have large parts in the StableNet Analytics portal, with the difference that here it's really this part of the business intelligence that is specifically tailored to StableNet and to having better, more enhanced dashboards that can be adapted to different needs, to different users and so on. So this is a part of StableNet that is integrated in the portal. And if I just click here, one of the pictures, you can actually see screenshots of this. So you have, as you can see from the screenshot, we are here located on a StableNet portal in the web browser, and we have a new point here which says analytics, and you can jump into these different dashboards. So given you have this module license, then you can use the data from StableNet to create additional dashboards with user views and so on. But this again will be a topic, as I said, for the upcoming webinars as well. Another module that we have in this StableNet 24 release is around telemetry. We have in the backend, which I will refer to later, in the backend we have added a module controller in the infrastructure, which is a very powerful thing to work on new additions to the agent specifically, let it be for performance and monitoring, let it be for configuration topics, and two modules coming for this release with regard to that module controller are the telemetry module and the netconf-yang module. In the case of telemetry, there is unfortunately no clear standard, and not every vendor and every model is doing this in the same way, but it's rather in contrast the opposite. It's very different for different things you look at. So this is definitely a challenge to get all of this under one hood, but we have worked towards this to get this into the product, and we have continued with this, like focusing first on GNMI related things, and this is definitely also a topic that will continue moving forward in the next years. We also have more information about this specifically linked, so maybe for this video here, just so much. And please get in contact with us or have a look at the additional data. Same thing for NetConf Yang. We have now added a first basic feature support for this into the product. This is currently focusing on the rich client and on some configuration snippets. It's also based on the module controller. Again, the problem here, the challenge is that NetConf is a standard, but in the detail it is being used. There are a lot of different flavors of how this is being used. So this is also a topic that will follow us with the next years. But now you have first possibilities here to look at this. And again, please have a look at this in more detail, and also get in touch if you have more questions. Then let's look a little bit at the module enhancements. For the module enhancements, we have several things that we have been working on. Some of them are visual, so they have screenshots. Other ones are rather very technical, hard to visualize with a concrete screenshot, so it's more text-based. But let's just look at these real quick on a high level. The first thing is about syslog and trap distribution. What we extended here is that previously these measurements had to be configured for each agent, and now there's a single syslog and trap distribution measurement that can be used for all the agents. So this means that now you can handle this in a global centralized way, which obviously extends the possibilities how this can be used in different use cases, because it's not per agent, but it's for the complete system. You can do it globally. Another thing is this is here visualized with some screenshots are improvements to the template editor. I will just have open these screenshots here. So here, for instance, you can see something around the placeholder analyzer. If this is opened up here, you can see that this analyzer is a visual way of analyzing different input parameters and placeholders that are being used in templates or in snippets. And this way you get a visual indicator, for instance, that these variables here are defined but not really used. So this can also help you visually to improve the style of your templates and working with it. Another thing that has been added is that now there's this deprecated option in the template settings. So you can not just work with production and testing, but you can also explicitly deprecate a certain template to indicate to your colleagues or the other people working with the system that this should not be used anymore. The next thing is around the root cause algorithm. The root cause, as it says here, our root cause analysis obviously is an integral part of StableNet and essential for what we do with regards to alarming, finding symptoms, aggregating data, and so on. And we keep continuously improving this. And in this context, we have also, again, improved the logic to be able to even have a greater differentiation of why an alarm occurs and how to work with this. And there is also specifically on this, this has come out throughout the year and is now added to this release 24 with the end of the year. You can also find more information on a separate page. Last but not least, for the module enhancements, we have another change that has now been moved from agent locally to system globally, which is the global dynamic rules. So those of you who know derived measurements and that you can use those to implement logic between different monitors will know that so far this was always circling around a specific agent, and that these monitors all had to be on the same agent in order to combine them logically. And now, as also described here in this text block, with the latest updates, you can now use agents from any monitor. So this obviously again improves the possibilities and use cases, because now you have a status distribution which is server-based. Let's now, for the next few minutes, jump into the largest part of the new release in terms of visualization and usability into the StableNet portal. As in the last few years, we keep extending our web-based portal to have all the functionality that you know from the rich client, more and more coming into this portal in a web-based way. And as always, we are not just using this as an occasion to copy paste one by one the functionality to the portal, but we are rather taking this as a motivation to actually look how the portal-based approaches with the web-based approaches can be used to make this functionality even better, or to make use of new technologies to improve the usability. And again, this year we have added new features to the web portal. Most of them have been there in the rich client before, but as I said, they have also been extended when adding to the web portal. First, there is the category analyzer, one of our analyzers. I will just maybe open a screenshot here, or underneath there is also a short animated GIF video where you can see someone handling this and working with this. The category analyzer is specifically very, very powerful if you are working with structured data in your system, if you are working a lot with tech categories and you, for instance, have different service types, different service categories, different service levels, different customers, different areas, and so on and so forth. So a lot of different metadata that you want to look at. The category analyzer is a really quick way of grouping data by certain service, by certain tech categories, by filtering the data and so on, so get a quick understanding of the monitors. And I really can say from personal experience that there are a lot of scenarios where it's very helpful to work with this, and now it's also in the StableNet portal. Regarding new alarm notifications, we have now added some additional options that you can, for instance, say how often you want to be alarmed with sounds on issues in the system, or what is the minimum severity for getting an alarm notification. So this is also some usability improvement added to the portal. A larger point again here is the StableNet portal customization. This has two parts. The one part is that now it's possible to adopt, for instance, the background image and the text of the portal, the name of the portal. So this gives you the possibility to adopt this to, for instance, to corporate identity, or if you have a really large StableNet installation in your environment where you have several StableNet middleware servers, you might want to have every portal look a little bit different so that people directly visually see where they are working on. So things like this can now be realized with this. Also, as the text says, like background logo, login area, top bar. And moreover, it's also now possible to actually individually hide some of the menu items. So if you look here at this example screenshot, you have the StableNet menu of the StableNet portal as it comes right now, quite a lot of options, and some people might definitely need all of these to work with it, but there might also be use cases where you specifically want to hide some of these options to certain user groups, and this can now be done in the menu, in the settings menu that you see here for user group settings. So you can, for certain users, say what they actually can see and what is hidden to them. And if you look, for instance, at this screenshot here, you see that only parts of the menu are shown, and there is a whole lot of menu items hidden here for this specific user group. So this is also something that was requested by many people, and we believe is very helpful for certain user groups. Then we have the enhanced table filter. This is something that many people might know and use a lot in the rich client, that you have a single text field here on the top where you can enter your search query, and it's searching on all the different fields of the table. So this is very helpful for speeding up the processes. This is also now in the web portal. Also, the data export. This is not seen here in the picture, but the data export has also been modified with terms of how it's working. We have more things. We have the tag tree configuration management. Tag trees have been there in the StableNet portal right from the beginning, but now you can also configure them in the StableNet portal. This has previously been limited to the rich client. Now this has been added to the portal. And then we have also done improvements to the group analyzer, which has already been there in the web portal, but based on customer feedback we got. So always thank you very much for your user feedback that you give us. We have also improved the way of how this is working and how you can work with it. We have a unified open alarms and events view. Also, this was the requirement of users to have this in one place, to see this closely together, because this improves the processes. So this has been taken care of and has been added. And last but not least, in the StableNet portal, we have also now added the functionality to show SLA markers, which you can see indicated here in the screenshot with the red shaded area and the green shaded area. So this is also added. Now, in the next part, quickly, I'm moving here to the infrastructure. This is the part where also a lot of work is going into this, which is not so much visible from the few lines of text you see here. But this is really where a lot of the power for performance, for scalability, flexibility, and so on comes from. So quickly covering this for those of you who are specifically needing the different parts. First of all, there's this module controller that I mentioned previously in context of telemetry and netconf. The module controller in its first phase, and the module controller offers several advantages, as the text describes. The main advantage is that this is a separate process running on the StableNet agent that gives you the possibility to do individual updates to certain functionality on the agent without having to do a full update of the system. And this obviously provides more flexibility in terms of individual updates, specific enhancements, and also scalability is improved by this. So this is the module controller. The security part has also been considered. We got several requests of people that certificates should be checked also for the rich client GUI. So nowadays in the browser, it's quite common, or it's actually, I think it's the standard in the browsers that when you open a page, for instance, with self-signed certificates, you get a message that is telling you that there is a self-signed certificate, and you are asked what you should do with this, if you want to trust it or if you want to rather step back to another page. And we have now also added such certificate checking and handling into the rich client GUI, so that you have possibilities to handle self-signed certificates either with a default mode, still following them, or with a strict mode, actually not allowing this and asking the people to actually get a real certificate. Last point here in the infrastructure is the Wildfly application server update. Again, this is a point only listed with a few lines of text here, but the Wildfly application server update always comes with a lot of benefits in terms of staying future oriented, being scalable, being performant, being security proven with all the security patches. So this is our this is the infrastructure. The Wildfly is the system our infrastructure is running on, this has been updated as well. Last but not least, we have the device and vendor support. As always, we have been doing various extensions of existing devices and vendors. And this year, this is including, among others, several from Huawei and Alcatel. So also have a look at this. And as for all the other points that I showed, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. This was an overview of, I guess, like roughly 20 minutes. I could obviously spend hours of discussing the new StableNet features, but I think in a nutshell, you know that there is this web page and you can find it and look at the different details and use this as a point to jump into whatever you need more information for. And as I said at the beginning, please also watch out for this page being updated throughout the year with additional YouTube videos being linked, and also have a look at our other content. And as a final remark, but this is again something for different webinars, I guess, for different YouTube videos, I also want to point out that we keep working with the StableNet Innovation Lab and have now a collaboration center for customers and partners to team up with us. So if this is interesting for you to look what's coming next and into different upcoming topics, AI, visualization topics, other topics as well, then please feel free to reach out. And with this, I'm getting back to the top of the page, showing the overview again, and you have seen new modules, module enhancements, StableNet portal feature additions, infrastructure, and device vendor support. Thank you very much.